Hey, beautiful people. My light, oh, there you go. I was like, my light isn't really popping today, and I don't know why that is. Seeing that I have all my rings and my boxes, all that kind of stuff, but it's all good. Hello. Welcome, my beautiful people. So, I do apologize for being late. I'm usually on time like 90% of my life. And this is the first time I think I've been late for Love and Lunch. But the reason why I was late is because, as you know, I do this series during my lunch break, right? And as many of you, I'm sure, have experienced, when you're on your lunch break, sometimes you have a project that runs over, and then many times you can't even take your lunch. I don't know about you, but for me, most times I don't even take my lunch. Hey, girl. So I don't even take my lunch most times, but I was in the middle of a project, and so I looked up, and it was 12:02, and I'm like, oh, shh. So let me get on it, and then let me get started, and then I need to get back to my project. So hello again, everyone who is just joining. I am Alison from Align with Alison. I am a dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with women to help them find the love and commitment that they deserve. But I'm also a music enthusiast, right? And if you follow me on Instagram, you know that this weekend I had plenty of fun. And I was at my friend's house doing karaoke in a very small group. And so I love hip hop. I love R&B, especially music from the 90s and the early 2000s. So I was laying it down. If you watch my stories and doing what my other career should have been, which is to be a rapper. I should have been a rapper. I messed up. And instead I wanted to bring honor to my family and entered into education instead of doing what I should have done. Really, I was thinking about I should have been a DJ, because I really have an ear for music, and being a DJ would allow me to make enough money where I was quote unquote successful and comfortable, but not necessarily be a celebrity, because I'm not a big fan of being followed and all that kind of foolishness. Okay, I'm going off on a tangent. Anywho, you get the point. I love music, and so in an effort to marry the two things that I love to do, which is to offer advice and guidance to people in regards to relationships, as well as my love for music, I have come up with this weekly show, which is called Love and Lunch with Align with Alison. So it's during our lunchtime, and we discuss matters of the heart, love, romance, and things of that nature, but specifically in regards to music, right? What has or how has the music that we've listened to our entire lives perhaps had an impact, perhaps was reflective of the times and didn't age well, and things of that nature. So some of the music that I've covered in past episodes, please feel free to go back and listen at your leisure. Some of the songs I've covered in the past was Jay-Z's Song Cry. Last week was Music Soul Child, Teach Me How to Love. I've covered TLC, No Scrubs versus Sporty Thieves, No Pigeons. Who else did I cover? What else? Oh, Fabulous and Little Mo, Let You Go. Lost Boys, me and My Crazy World. So lots of songs, right? So go back through the library and listen to my hot takes on some of our favorite hip hop and R&B songs. Now, this is not a condemnation towards hip hop and R&B music, right? Because if we could talk about some of the toxic masculinity and some of the toxic messaging that's in music, we would go all day long. Like, that's all I would do is be on YouTube and go live talking about music. So we're not condemning hip hop. We're not analyzing and judging hip hop as a genre, but we are selecting very particular songs that have been extremely problematic with its messaging throughout the entire song. So we're not picking out this lyric or that lyric, right? We're not complaining about rappers calling women names and all that kind of foolishness, because that's a part of hip hop, which I love, right? That's heat, y'all. Sorry. Good. So we're not doing that. What we're doing is we're picking particular songs that the messaging throughout was problematic. The messaging throughout was toxic, and again, perhaps aged well or didn't age well. We're also talking about controversial music, right? So one of the songs I covered was Destiny's Child, Bills, 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 and how over the years, in my opinion, that song has been taken out of context until we did a lyrical breakdown. So if you follow me on Instagram at Align with Alison, ALIGN, at Align with Alison, then you already know what the song of the week is. And I think this is the first time I'm using the same artist. I've chosen to use the same artist twice. So the song of the week is, I forgot the name of the song. I'm going to just cheat and look over at my notes. Creep by TLC. Okay, so we are going through Creep by TLC. So for those who don't know, I'm from a red light special. maybe not next week because we can't be tearing TLC up every week, but I'll look into the lyrics. Remember that it has to be like significant. Like it has to be the messaging throughout the entire song. Oh, it's all right, girl. You ain't got to retract your message. You was close enough. It was TLC. So, yeah, and please feel free to send me music because I have like one song left. I was driving down, I think I was on the Belt. And for those who are from Brooklyn or New York City or New York or whatever, you may be familiar with the Belt Parkway. So I was driving down the Belt Parkway and I have 3 stations in rotation. So it's Hot 97, 105.1, and then KISS. Like that's programmed as 1, 2, and 3. So when Hot 97 doesn't have what I want, and then 105 is playing the same damn song that the other station was playing, then I go to KISS and I'm reminded of what good music is, right? And TLC Creep came on. So I'm just jamming like, right? At first, like I'm not really paying attention or fiending to find what my next song is going to be. And it was really like, it's interesting because normally when I do these songs, I play the verse, we break it down. I play the chorus, we break it down. I play the verse, we break it down. We do the chorus just for fun because we already broke down the chorus. If there's a third verse, we do that. And then I usually stop right there because then it's usually just banter. It's like really nothing. But what was extremely problematic about Creep, other than the obvious, which if you are familiar with TLC Creep, you know that the song is about cheating, right? So then other than the obvious, there's a line at the absolute end, right before she goes, yeah, T-Boz, right? There's a line that she says that made me shake my head. And I said, this is going to be the song next week. Again, like I mentioned, I usually don't do artists. I haven't done 2 artists in a row, and TLC isn't like known to be extremely problematic or toxic, but I said, nah, I can't wait. I can't hold off. Like I need to do Creep this Monday because that last line took me all the way out. Absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to dive in and we're going to listen to Creep by TLC. And we are going to break down its lyrical content. I hope you guys are taking notes. Feel free to pull up another device. Feel free to, pull up the lyrics and go along with me because TLC Creep is off the hook. And then when I get to that final line at the absolute end, after the and all that, I know y'all like that, right? That was for you, Mrs. Slack. When we get to the absolute end, you're gonna see like this is like T-Boz or whoever wrote the song is toxic as all hell. Okay, so let's go ahead. Yes. Begin. All right, so let's stop it right there in its tracks. Okay, so the lyrics are the 22nd of loneliness. And we've been through so many things. So clearly, T-Boz, TLC, the writers of the song are documenting, right? And she calls the month loneliness, right? Like the 22nd of January, the 22nd of loneliness. So I can imagine at minimum, there's been 22 days that she's felt like this, right? At minimum, if not the other months that preceded the month of loneliness. So the 22nd of loneliness, and we've been through so many things. I love my man with all honesty, but I know he's cheating on me. I'm just going to just put a pin in that for a second because what I'm going to need people to do And when I say people, I put an extra emphasis on women because I'm a woman, so I understand a woman's experience and I can speak to it with many decades, or not many decades, but a few decades of experience. You don't know that, madam. You don't know he's cheating on you. Now, perhaps we may get through the lyrics and there's going to be some evidence, but based on my recollection of this song, there is no evidence that she was able to pull up, no receipts, no, I mean, they didn't have text messages back then, but no handwritten letters, no woman approached her as a woman, nobody called her house, nobody rang her bell. So we need to have a conversation about this. I know. You don't know. You don't know T-Boz. You don't know TLC. You don't know writer of song. I don't know, maybe it might have even been Candy back then. Whoever the hell wrote the song, y'all don't know that. So let's stop making decisions and moves and behaviors based on things that we don't know for a fact. Now, I'm not saying that a woman's intuition isn't strong. What I'm saying is let's stop opening the song about you cheating on him to say, oh, I love my man with all honesty, but I know he's cheating. You don't know that. You don't know it. You think it, you suspect it, you may believe it, but let's not use what your assumptions are to explain away poor behavior. Let's not do that, okay? Let's keep going. Okay. All right. So she says, I look him in his eyes, but all he tells me is lies to keep me near. Again, T-Boz, we don't know that. Like this is your analysis, right? And you're a person who I'm sure at the time had 2.5 decades worth of experience. However, you can't tell me that you're a psychic. You can look in this guy's eyes and you know that he's lying to you. You don't know that, right? She says, I'll never leave him down. Though I might mess around, it's only because I need some affection. I'll say it again. I'll never leave him down. Though I might mess around, it's only because I need some affection. Oh, right? So let's talk about this. So you open the song with the fact that you quote unquote know he's cheating. You continue to go and say you know this because you look in his eyes and based on your amazing heightened sense of mind reading, you know that he's lying. And you say that you're never going to leave him down. Like you're going to hold him down. You're going to make sure he's good. But, or she says, though I might mess around. So she's admitting to us that she's cheating. And why is she cheating? She says she's cheating because she needs some affection. Adults, I'm talking to the adults who are on this live and who are going to watch this. If something is lacking in your relationship, the appropriate measure to take is not to seek it out of someone else elsewhere. The appropriate measure in order to restore, because I assume that T-Boz and her partner in this song did have affection, like an affectionate point, right? What you should be doing is you should be trying to restore what was once present and is now missing. We're only through the first verse. And again, this is based only on the lyrics of the song, right? There's no context. It's just a song, but there's no context. Maybe T-Boz might see this video and say, again, this is makeup, but we did talk. I did tell him, but based on this song, so far, she didn't tell him anything. She has not shared her concerns. She believes he is cheating. There's a lack of affection. And as a result, it seems as though she is trying to explain away why it's acceptable for her to cheat because she believes he's doing it and the relationship lacks affection. Versus what a mature human being should do in a relationship, which is share your concerns based in some level of evidence, right? Because we're not just accusing people willy-nilly because of something, right? Like we need some kind of evidence, not just because of a feeling. You have a conversation with your partner, you share your concerns, you share why you have those concerns, which should not be baseless. It should be rooted in something. And then you let them know that what's lacking. Like, we used to be intimate multiple times a week. You used to kiss me. You used to hug me. You used to slap my butt when we were in the kitchen. Whatever, however you might define affection, or however she defines affection. And that's missing. And I want to know why it's missing. And I want to know how we're going to get it back, or this relationship needs to end. It is not an excuse that you're going to come up with that this person's cheating on you based on nothing, and you lack affection, and as a result, you're gonna go mess with somebody else. That is inappropriate. It is inappropriate. It is inappropriate. Okay, let's keep going. Here goes the chorus. So I quit, yeah, just keep it on without no, since nobody else loves tonight. So I quit, yeah, 'cause he doesn't know what I do, and no attention comes to show. So I quit. All right, here's the chorus. Here's the good stuff. Okay, so I creep. Yeah, I just keep it on the down low. Said nobody is supposed to know. So I creep, yeah, because he doesn't know what I do, right? Because obviously he don't know. She's creeping. He doesn't know what I do. And no attention goes to show. So I creep. Now, this is my interpretation of that last line, because the rest of it is pretty straightforward, right? But when she says, so I creep, yeah, because he doesn't know what I do, and no attention goes to show. My interpretation, y'all tell me if what you think and if I'm wrong, is that she's saying because he doesn't notice that I'm cheating, because he's not paying attention, and no attention goes to show. That goes to show that he must be involved with someone else, because he's not picking up on the fact that I'm missing at certain times of the day. I can't be found, that I'm not necessarily on him to be intimate because that's being fulfilled by somebody else, that I'm being distant, that I'm being off. Like, he's not even paying attention, right? Because he doesn't know what I do, and no attention goes to show. Like, that goes to show that he clearly is messing with somebody else, because he's not even noticing that I'm not as present either physically or emotionally as I used to be. That is not evidence, madam. Madam. It is not evidence that because this man is not aware or hasn't informed you, as you haven't informed him of your suspicions, right? Just because he hasn't said anything to you doesn't mean that he must be doing it as well. That's not evidence. So we're not going to excuse away our poor behavior with this piecemeal, because he didn't notice I'm not around. He doesn't notice that I don't want to be as intimate. He doesn't notice that I'm distant. He doesn't notice that I'm acting weird, so he must be. That is ridiculous. That's not evidence. It's not evidence. It's not evidence. Let's get into the second verse. Like I told y'all, the line, the toxicity is in the last after, at the end. So y'all got to rock with me. Y'all got to hold on about 20 more minutes, because that's when it becomes a real interesting thing. And we don't talk like we used to do. Now it seems pretty strange, but I'm not bugging, 'cause I still feel the same. Yeah. I keep giving love until the day he pushes me away. Never goes straight. If he knew the things I did, he couldn't handle it. And I choose to keep him protected. Oh. Okay, so I didn't want to stop this mid-verse because I thought maybe she would add some context that made sense to me, but she didn't. So now it's the 23rd of loneliness. It is the next day, right? Because the last verse was the 22nd of loneliness. It is the 23rd of loneliness, and we don't talk like we used to do. Again, please, folks, give me feedback. Give me feedback. Am I bugging? Like, if you are in a relationship with someone and you feel like you are becoming distant and you're not talking like you used to, what is the appropriate response? What is the healthy response? I can tell you what I think. I want to know what you think. The healthy response is to say, brother man, it is the 23rd of loneliness. You're going to be like, what? Don't worry about that. What I need to tell you is we're not talking like we used to. We used to be on the phone. We used to come over for dinner. We used to, whatever that level of communication used to be. and I'm not receiving it from you anymore, and I'm concerned. Can we correct this, or do we need to move on? That is the healthy way of dealing with conflict in your relationship. So Chiquita says, it seems like it's a lack of communication relationship. Absolutely. Like, hey, these are my concerns. I have reason to believe, this is the evidence. I have reason to believe that you're cheating on me. Are you or are you not? He's probably going to say no. Whatever. Well, the reason why I even had these concerns and I had to investigate, or maybe fill in your lap, is because we are lacking affection. It's the next day. Now we're lacking a conversation, right? We don't talk like we used to. This is how you deal with the relationship. And if there's no resolution, then you move on appropriately. But we're not cheating because we're not, like, she's not even asking to do what's up. Like, she's not even giving him an opportunity to say, well, actually, babe, the truth of the matter is, I got fired last week and I really didn't know how to tell you. And so I've been keeping it distant because I'm embarrassed. And like, we don't even know. Babe, well, the truth of the matter is that I actually got a diagnosis. I went to the doctor yesterday and they said it's cancer. How bad would she feel if he said, babe, the reason I've been distant for the last 2 weeks because I went to the doctor and I found out I got cancer. Now she cheating on him because she didn't even know why he was distant. She didn't even know why he lacked affection. She didn't even know why he wasn't talking. And it could be something like, I mean, it don't have to be that dramatic, but you get the point. Like, it could be something legitimate, but you're not even going to ask him. You're not even going to ask him. You're just going to go mess with somebody else. Like, come on now. Jomo says it's a two-way street. What you need to resolve, talk about it. Address it from your end. Absolutely. Like, come on. So it's like, she not even, come on, give him a chance. So it's the 23rd of loneliness, and we don't talk like we used to. Now, it seems pretty strange, but I'm not bugging because I still feel the same. Okay. Now, I don't know if she means she feels the same, meaning I think she means she still loves him. Like, even though they've been distant, she's not getting the affection. She's not getting the level of communication. She still feels the same. Okay, this is confirmed. She says, I'll keep giving loving till the day he pushes me away. Cool. That's a way to approach it. I appreciate that, on top of communication. But then she says, never go astray. Well, sis, you did because you cheat on him, but okay. Then she follows up and says, if he knew the things I did, he couldn't handle it. So I choose to keep him protected. Yes. So he couldn't handle it. Yes. And like, can we talk about that for a second? So I've been tearing up T-Boz for about 22 minutes now. But can we have a conversation about why it seems as though men cannot handle reciprocated behavior? Like, some may do what they do. Some men may cheat, right? And then when their girlfriend that they are actively, physically cheating on goes to lunch with an ex, it is the end of the world. He's punching walls. He's crying. He's carrying on. Can we have a conversation about that? Like, where is the lack of awareness? Where is I should say lack. There is a lack of awareness. And why is it not there? Like, why can't men who cheat, so we're not saying all men who cheat, why can't they have enough awareness to say, yo, you know what I'm doing is really bad. I don't care. I'm going to do it because I'm selfish. I'm going to do it because whatever. I'm going to keep doing it. But I'm not going to be this audacious where if my girl does anything less or the same, that I'm going to complain. Because at least I have enough awareness to know what I'm doing is wrong. I don't care. What I'm doing is wrong, but I'm doing it too. So I'm just not going to complain. Like, can we have some level of like fairness in this? Like, you're cheating, right? In this particular case, not you, but in this case, this man that I have in my head, you're cheating on your girl. And then she sends a text message that you don't think is appropriate and you losing your whole mind. Like, where is the logic in this? Can anybody attest to why this behavior is something that a man would feel is logical or feel is fair? Because I really don't get it. In my mind, it should be, man says, I'm cheating on my girlfriend. And then I found out that she's doing something that's inappropriate, but I'm not going to flip because I know what I'm doing and fair is fair. Like, why can't we have that? No? That's too much to ask? Okay. So she says, if he knew the things I did, he couldn't handle it. Yeah, it's their ego. You're right. But you got to be illogical. Like, we're human beings. So we all have ego, but there's no level of logic. Like, there's no level of logic that says, damn, I'm doing way worse. So let me shut the F up and not carry on and make a scene because I know what I'm doing is way worse than what I perceive her to be doing or where she may be going. And even if she's doing exactly what I'm doing, which is to be physically intimate with someone else. At least we're on equal plane. Like, no, that's too much to ask to be kind of fair. No? Okay. Let's keep going. So the chorus comes back on. So we're just going to listen and join each other in this. Okay, so she says, yeah, so that was the chorus, right? She says, I think about us, baby, all the time. So, yeah, she knows what she's doing. But you know that I'm going to need some attention. Yeah. Can you dig it? Well, I mean, he can't dig it because, as you said before, and as we already established, men can't handle when they're cheating on their woman and the woman cheat back to them. So she says, I love you forever, baby, soul and mind. By the way, I didn't know these lyrics then. It's like, T-Boz has a very interesting voice and the beat is loud, so I didn't know that she said all this. Love you forever, baby, soul and mind. And you got to know it. If you don't give it, I'm going to get mine. Damn. I'm going to get mine, is what she says. Versus, I'm not getting it, so can we have a conversation as to why I'm not getting it, and can we correct it, or I'm forced to move on? Ooh, let's keep going. Thank you for that bridge. Let's pause for a second to not talk about the lyrics. So they're going to come through the chorus again. And like I told you, there was that last line that had me shaking my head. Their outfits was fly. Ooh, I need to get me like a silk big size robe thing and 2 friends. And I should start doing music videos to match the songs that I analyze if I only had time. Because I barely got time for this. But I love y'all. Jomo says, yes, ego, which leads to some original insecurities. That leads the original infidelity, which is the root of the problem. Yeah, but I'm not even complaining about the cheating part, mind you, Jomo. Like, I'm not complaining. And I know, like, what the hell, Alison, you're dating a relationship coach. Why are you not complaining about cheating? I'm not complaining about the cheating. I promise you. My only complaint is the logic thereafter. So you're going to be selfish and you're going to fulfill your desires and needs, whatever they may be. Okay. So when your girl does a portion or a fraction of your behavior, then you want to lose your mind. Where is the logic? Is it that ego is so large that it erases, I don't know, whatever portion of the brain that's responsible for logic, right? Like wherever that's, I need to understand, like, just to me, I would think if it was the other way around, if I was a chick who was cheating on my dude, which I wouldn't do because I love you, husband, I'd be like, yo, all right, I went through his phone. I saw some inappropriate text messages. I'm going to shut my damn mouth because I already know what I'm doing. So I don't have a right to carry on. I don't have a right to be in his face because what I'm doing is 10 times worse than a text message that's a little bit too flirty for me. Like, that's the part that I have a hard time understanding. Like, where's the logic in I'm doing worse, so I'm a chill? I don't get it. All right, the outfits was fly. I just wanted to comment on that. And then we're going to hit a chorus again, and then we're going to hear that line that kills me. Oh, played me. They played me and they cut the song. YouTube played me. I don't appreciate that because they cut the song early. But I'm going to tell you what the line was because I don't want you to miss out on this part. That was the most toxic line, not that I've ever heard, because the whole song cry is trash. Jay-Z's song cry is trash. I don't care what nobody say, that song's trash. But the line that got me was, I choose to keep him protected. That's the line that got me. So she said it first and like right in the beginning of the song, and it didn't it went in one ear out the other. But I'm rocking out, right? And rocking out and I'm driving and I'm like, you choose to keep him protected. So that's how we're going to remix this. This is how we're going to be able to logically, what word am I looking for? Like being able to deal with what you do, excuse your behavior, right? So how we're going to excuse your behavior, we're not going to say, I communicate poorly, because that would be a popping song, right? I communicate poorly. My boyfriend isn't showing me affection. So instead of me complaining to him to talk about it, I'm going to cheat and I'm going to hold myself accountable. But no, instead we're going to write a song that says, I know he's cheating with no evidence. I can see it by looking in his eyes. So this is why I cheat, because I don't play when it comes to she said like 7 times, I don't play when it comes to my affection, right? That's the song that we're going to write. And then to seal the deal, we're going to end the song with saying, yeah, I'm doing it for his own protection. I'm not hiding it because I want the best of both worlds and I want to have my boyfriend for whatever reason. I don't understand why she even wants a boyfriend anymore. If he's not showing her the affection that she requires, she made it abundantly clear she requires his affection, and he doesn't even talk to her like that. What you hear? Is it because of money? I mean, like what's the benefit if you're not getting affection and you're not getting friendship, right? Because he's a boyfriend, right? Boyfriend, girlfriend. So the friend part is the communication and the bonding and the fun. And then when you usually put boyfriend or girlfriend, it usually means the romantic or the intimate or the sexual part, right? So boyfriend, girlfriend is like a friend that you get to be intimate with. You marry them, not married, because that's marriage, but you put those two together and then you get a boyfriend. The girlfriend is a friend, your communication, your fun, your bonding, plus romance gets you a girlfriend. She's not getting the friendship part because he don't even talk to her according to as of officially of the 22nd of loneliness, he don't talk to her. Then she's not getting the intimacy. What is he? Is he a roommate? Like what? So I don't even understand like why she's tied to this guy when he's not giving her any of the perks, the benefits, the purpose of a romantic relationship. So she's excusing away her behavior to say that he's cheating with no evidence because she could look in his eyes and tell that he's lying. This is why she's doing it, because she's not getting affection without even communicating with the guy to find out why she's not getting the affection, right? And then she ends the song with, yeah, because I do this because I want to keep him protected. Oh, you're not protecting him, madam. TLC as a group, songwriters as a group. You're not protecting him. You're protecting yourself. You're keeping the relationship for whatever benefits still exist, which I cannot see. You're maintaining that connection. You're getting the little piece on the side that you require, because she does not play. I don't mess around when it comes to affection and attention. She said that multiple times. And I'm doing all this, but I ain't telling him because I'm just trying to protect him. You're protecting yourself. You're getting the best of both worlds. And you are excusing it away by saying that, oh, I'm not telling. You're protecting yourself. You're protecting the relationship of whatever still exists and the benefits of why to be with him. You're protecting the excitement of the side piece. And you're protecting probably your own well-being, because he might do something to you if you found out what she was doing, especially if he wasn't doing anything else. Which actually, let me take that back. Rewind. They still will do something even when they are doing something against you. So let me take that back. You're protecting the relationship. You're protecting the excitement of the situationship with the side dude, right? And you're probably protecting your own well-being. So you're protecting yourself and your own desires. You are not protecting this man by keeping secrets from him, by not communicating your concerns, by not being mature and being an adult and letting this person know that these are your problems. So I implore to all of you who are listening, and you'll say, okay, Alison, you're a dating and relationship coach. What's the connection? The connection is communication is key. Communication is key. Communication is key. If you want to maintain a relationship with someone and you have a problem with the direction in which your relationship is going, you need to man up, woman up, put your big boy, big girl drawers on, pull them up, and have a conversation with your friend, with your partner, with your boss, with your whoever, your parents, your sisters, your cousins, and tell them what the problem is. Do not do them wrong. Do not be grimy and then try to excuse away your behavior and said, oh, I only did that because I thought you were. What if the dude is not even cheating? So she doing all this. She got a cool music video with her friends and it, right? And he might not even be cheating. Like you need, and not to say that even if he was, that was a good excuse to do it, because you should do what you want to do because you want to do it. And secondly, in consideration of others, like your needs first and then the consideration of others. But come on. You need to communicate with this guy. Communication is key. When you communicate, then you know exactly where you are. Now, I'm not saying that he might not lie and say that he wasn't cheating on her. He might lie. But he's either going to do a better job of hiding it or giving her the effect. Something needs to give. And if you're not pleased with the response and you really feel like you have enough evidence to move on, then move on. And maybe you talk to the dude that you're cheating with or somebody else or whatever it is. But this is a poor excuse of behavior. You are not going to rationalize. That was the word I was looking for. Y'all ain't help me. You're not going to try to rationalize your behavior on what you believe the other person to be doing. First of all, you should do what you want to do because you know it's the right thing to do, not in response to somebody else. And this is not even a real response to somebody else because we don't even know what the guy is doing in reality. We don't even know. Maybe he's planning a big surprise party and that's why he's acting weird and distant. We don't know. Have a conversation with your loved ones. Let them know what your concerns are so that you can either work it out or you won't. And it's just that simple, y'all. So to wrap this up, I just want to let you guys know that my ebook, The 10 Love Commandments, is still available, is still on sale. The link is in my banner on Instagram, on YouTube, and in my bio on Instagram and on Facebook and on Twitter and on Clubhouse and on Pinterest, and I think that's all the apps that I'm on, which is enough. Oh, and on TikTok, at Align with Alison, ALIGN with Alison, okay? So if you need to know any other keys of what makes a relationship successful, communication is number one, and obviously I have one of the 10 love commandments as communication, but there are 9 more that I give a full-on analysis on. So please feel free to not only support me, but kind of wrap your mind around what you should be looking for in a relationship. If you're currently in a relationship and you're questioning whether or not you think it's healthy, then this is a perfect opportunity for you to grab my ebook. The link is in every bio and every banner that exists at Align with Alison, and it will help you to kind of gather whether or not you're in the right place, or if there are areas that you want to improve, how you can improve it. Because the book doesn't only discuss what the 10 love commandments are, but it discusses how you can implement it or re-implement it in your relationships if it's lacking. Like if affection is lacking, what can you do to bring it back to life? All right. So if there's nothing else, like if we're on this, we're together, but there's only one way. So if there's nothing else, there is nothing else other than the fact that I love you and I appreciate all of you guys for supporting me on every single video. You're here 12 o'clock with me. I'm apologizing for being late. I was right in the middle of doing my work because this is lunchtime and my lunch break, and I kind of just lost track of time. So thank you for joining me every single week. Please like, subscribe, and share, I think is the language. I see 2 thumbs up. By the time we end this live, I'm going to need 6 more thumbs up because there's 6 more of y'all who's on this live with me now, and everybody else who watches thereafter, which I average about 50 views, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to need y'all to hit or mush or whatever the language is on YouTube. I'm not cool. I don't know. That like button, share, subscribe, check out the link in my banner, check out the links in all my bios. If there's any products, both free or paid, that you want to download it, share it with friends. I'm sure you guys have lots of folks who need some kind of guidance and some kind of support. And lastly, I have an absolutely free training called The Partner You Deserve that I ran on Thursday. It's here on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, you can go ahead and click it. But if you want to subscribe to my mailing list, which I send out exclusive content as well as offer the training through there, feel free to do so. How do you do that? The link is in my bio. The link is in my banner. The link is everywhere. I love you all, and adios, amigos. You're quite welcome, Miss Chiquita. Bye-bye.